But PKD Nambiar, you have been listening to the conversation. That question was asked in the press conference to Dr. Jitendra Singh, who is the MOS in the Prime Minister's office, about the if everything is normal and meetings are happening here, international meetings, then why isn't the political process started? He said that political process is very much underway. The panchayat, the local body elections are taking place. Perhaps it's about the assembly elections. That's what the representative of the national conference was also stressing on. That if everything is normal, then why aren't assembly elections held?
I believe that the elections is now just a matter of time. It's only just that there was a process after the Article 370 has been abolished. There was a situation which was known to everyone, and all those people, including the National Conference, do know that it was not the ideal time. And secondly, you also know that there was a delimitation process which was all going on for the longest of time, because J&K has never been normal like any other state in the country. So of course it does have some kind of a special consideration which needs to be given, which was given. And I think we are in fact, if you remember that few months ago when the Amit Shah was in J&K, I mean in Kashmir, he himself has said that the process of having its own assembly and also to have an elected government is in a way the process is on. I think it's just a matter of time. And I think the number two part is that all the parties, including opposition parties, should stand together and say in one voice that all the external forces, now we were always known to that Pakistan has always been our primary enemy, but today, and as a matter of fact, most of us, we were known to that it's not only just the Pakistan, but the China was always been our real enemy. But now today they have open and out. So in a situation wherein G20 is going on in J&K, we should be very happy and proud that we have a government in the country which has got the stamina and courage to host a G20 meeting in J&K, or that itself says that we are not anymore that old elephant, as the once Shashi Tharoor has described India as the old elephant barely able to get up and walk. And today's elephant can not only just get up and walk, but run, and much faster than all these so-called large economies and superpowers. I think we are shouldering with each of these world power, and they are giving you the same importance as it used to be given to the top countries of the world. I think this respect what we are getting today is also a testimony of our not only just the G20 presidentship, but we are able to host, whether it is from Kerala to Kashmir, we are hosting our G20 meetings all across the country. I think it's a very, very big matter of pride for each one of us. And I think I only believe that if the opposition parties also say the same strong message when it comes to this, don't support the China or the Pakistani voices, whether it is in J&K or in elsewhere in the country.
And PKD Nambiar, there is an external messaging and there is an internal messaging to the people of Kashmir, particularly to the youth. Do you think that the government of India has been successful in the internal messaging? We have been talking a lot about external messaging, the youth, the locals, the youngsters of Kashmir Valley.
See, if we expect a very big transformation in a day or two or in 1 or 2 years, that may be, we know that for almost 30 years of insurgency and cross-border terrorism and internal bickering and the anti-India movement which was been happening. So if we expect all these things will be get over in another 2-3 years, that may be a little too much of expecting. But one thing I can tell you, because I have been working with some of the businesses in Srinagar, maybe you may be knowing it, you are from Srinagar in a way, that
yes, I am.
there is a new change in the overall thought process of large number of businessmen from Srinagar is now actively working in Delhi, having their own offices. They are opening up their own saloons here, or in the other way around, they are opening saloons and spas and etc. in Srinagar. So there is a transformation is happening, but the transformation to the rural level, to the city level may take a little bit more time. And I also believe that there are forces still feel that, yes, they are looking for an opportunity, not from the both internally and externally. And there is also the political forces within the state. They have always been very insecure because they had a family driven businesses for the last so many decades. But today they also feel heat that yes, it will not be anymore the same family driven business. But I think as other panelists were also talking about, the former DGP of JNK was talking about, I think peace is not something which you can always prevail with the forces. It will eventually will come, and I think we are almost on that direction. And most important is that the amount of infrastructural development which has taken place in this the JNK in the last couple of years has been tremendous. So I think that will also add in a way, in a big way, from the point of view of employment generation. And another biggest challenge was been the education in JNK. But today we can say, whether you go to Bangalore, whether you go to Pune, whether you go to Delhi, you will find a large number of Kashmiri youth are studying, not just across the country. So in a way, an assimilation of within the India, I would rather call it like within India as a group, is taking place. And that's a very, and some of my friends, I said that from Srinagar, today they don't mind saying that India is my country. That never used to be the case a couple of years back. They used to say, yeah, we are different, we have our own rights, we are these things. But today it's a different situation, I guess. Maybe, of course, the National Conference spokesperson is that she would